السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا بكم في قناتي على اليوتيوب. إن شاء الله النهاردة أنا جايب لكم محاضرة جديدة عن موقع بروز.com، إزاي تنشئ ملف احترافي على موقع بروز.com وإزاي تحقق أقصى استفادة من الموقع ده. معروف إن موقع بروز.com هو أشهر موقع عمل للمترجمين الفريلانس ولشركات الترجمة في العالم كله، اللي من خلاله تقدر إن أنت تحصل على وظائف الترجمة، ومن خلاله تقدر بعد كده تحصل على فيدباك من العميل يدعم ملفك الاحترافي للحصول على وظائف اكتر وللحصول على فرص اكتر. كمان معروف ان موقع بروز.com بيقدم محاضرات بشكل دوري، وبيقدم دورات تدريبيه بشكل دوري في المناسبات المشهوره للترجمه في مجال الترجمه واللغه، زي يوم المترجم او زي اللي هو فريلانس سكسس سامت اللي كانت من يومين فاتوا. ان شاء الله المحاضره دي هتعرف من خلالها ازاي تحقق اكبر استفاده من الموقع ده، وازاي تنشئ، وكمان في البدايه ازاي تنشئ ملف احترافي على الموقع، وازاي تقدر تنهي اعدادات هذا الملف الاحترافي بشكل بسيط. اتمنى المحاضره ان شاء الله تعجبكم. لو لك اي تعليق سيبه في التعليقات، وما تنساش تعمل لايك وسبسكرايب للقناه لتصلك المحاضرات الجديده ويصلك كل جديد. يلا بينا.
Hi there, Paul Owen here, and welcome to this session on getting the most out of Proz.com, profiles, SEO, tools, and more. Well, why am I going to be talking about these topics today? Well, the main reason is that I think there's just there's so many resources and so many tools available on the Proz.com website, and I think many people are simply not aware of everything that is available, all the tools and resources that are available to them. So that's the reason that I will be going through them today. In fact, even in this presentation, I won't be able to get through everything. There really is so much. There really is so much available on the website. But we will be talking about terminology, jobs and directories, member activities, education, tools, profile, and membership. I am a Proz.com Plus member, and you will see how it looks, how the platform looks for me. Many of those features are of course available to free subscribers to the Proz.com platform, and a number of other features are available to standard members. I will explain some of the differences towards the end of this presentation. But really, so much stuff available for everyone on the Proz.com platform. Let's have a look. Let's start to have a look at exactly how it all fits together. Okay, so when you come to the Proz.com platform and you have logged in, this is more or less how the homepage is going to look for you. So you can see my little image in the top here. This shows that I'm logged in, and you can see the top menu bar. So this is what I'm going to be working across today, and we're going to be having a look at some of the different features and tools that are available from that top menu bar. Okay, so let's start with terminology, and if I go here to the Kudos network, the Kudos network of course is very important in terms of your own directory ranking. The more Kudos points you have, the higher up in the directory your entries are going to be appearing. So very important that you answer questions and contribute to that Kudos network if you wish to move up in the directory. It's really Kudos points and membership that are going to drive that more than anything else. Within this terminology section, you can of course search for specific terms. Very easy to search for a specific term. You can also ask any question that you might have related to a specific term. And if I just go into this term search for a second, you can see that it comes up with a language pair, so you can search for a specific term in a particular language pair. So let's just type in valores here in Spanish, and we can search from Spanish to English. So I can just type in, just hit Spanish there, and hit English here, and I can search. So let's see what that comes up with. Well, 1,028 matches. So a lot of different entries, a lot of them, of course, coming up with securities, which was the term that I had in mind. You can see whether they're coming from kudos or whether they're coming from a glossary, but really a huge, an incredible amount of information here in terms of glossaries and in terms of specific search terms. So going back to the home page, we've got the term search. You can ask a question, you can answer questions, as I've mentioned. That's so important in terms of your directory ranking. If you go to this more section, I find it quite useful, these kudos glossaries. So let's just click on that a second. So you can browse by language pair. So let's just go German to French, and then you have all of these glossaries in different areas of specialization. Incredible source of information, incredible wealth of information there. So make sure that you are aware of what's available on the Proz.com platform, because this is something that could really, really help you. And this applies whether you are a paying member, whether you're a plus member, or whether you are not a paying member or a plus member. There really is so much information there. So that's terminology. Let's have a look now, a little look at jobs and directories. So this is obviously where you can browse the jobs that are available on the platform. So let's have a quick look at that. So you can browse the jobs that are available, and you can see how many people are quoting for a particular job. You can see the outsourcer score. So let's just click on here, likelihood of working again, the LWA average, so 4.6, that's pretty good. 5 is very good. 3.7, not quite so good. One of the things that I really love about the Proz.com platform is that there's so much information. Not only is there so much information here, there are also many instructions available on the platform as well. So just try and click on different parts of the website, and you'll find more information. So for example, if you didn't know what this means, then you just click on this little question mark here, and it will take you to the explanation. What is a LWA? In a Blue Board record, LWA is short for Service Provider's Self-Expressed Likelihood of Working Again with a Given Outsourcer. So that's the service provider's likelihood of working with an outsourcer. So we've got these jobs here, different jobs, obviously in terms of how you set this up for yourself. You can set it up to filter so that you only see the jobs that are relevant for you. You can edit different languages. So for example, let's put Spanish to English, and let's put different fields in. So let's say if we go for Spanish to English in tech engineering and search jobs, that's really going to be a much more specific filter. And as you can see, it's only brought up the three jobs there at the moment. So really a really good place to search for specific jobs. Some of this, of course, is more for particular clients in terms of posting a job or ordering a translation. You can also check out the translator and interpreter directory. So if you were looking, let's say, to find a colleague to work with, if you're looking for a specific person to work with in a particular language pair, then why not search the directory? So let's search from English to French. Let's search from English to French. Service type or translation, field of expertise. Let's say I'm looking for someone who is in the business or financial sector, no particular location or country of residence, and search. Let's have a look. So that's brought up 992 members who fit that specific profile, and you can see here the time that person has been on Proz.com, the time that they have as experience. You can see their kudos points in the field and in a particular pair, and therefore you can see why this person is coming up as such a high rank. Really, it's related to the kudos points that they have answered over time there. So So that's really, really important that you have your profile up to date, that you have some kudos questions answered, and that you are a member as well, because you can see the members are coming up first of all in the list. All of these entries here, all of these profiles that appear are member profiles. So very, very important to consider membership if you don't have it already. So let's go back now to jobs and directories, and let's have a look at something I want to show you here. Okay, well, the blue board, really, really important. So the blue board is a portal, a mini portal, which shows the performance or the feedback that has been given to different LSPs or language service providers, to different translation companies. And it really is the feedback from different people in terms of their experience working with that particular company. You can see the number of entries here on the right. You can see the average LWA, or likelihood of working again. So 5 is really, really good and 1 is really, really low. And what does that mean? It means that you should perhaps invest some time in working with in checking out a particular company's listing on the blue board before you go ahead and work with them. If someone has if a particular company has a very low rating, then you should be really wary about going ahead and working with that company. It's your decision, of course, but it's better to have more information. It's the more information you have, the more easy it is going to be, the easier it is going to be for you to take an informed decision and decide whether you want to work with that company or not. So the blue board, really, really important, and a huge amount of information there that's been provided by fellow translators. Now, very important, if we go to jobs and directories, go down to this more section, and then across to my directory ranking. If you haven't done this, you really, really, really need to do this. I'm going to just do that one more time. Jobs and directories, down to the more section, and then across to my directory ranking. Now, what this allows you to do, very straightforward, is to find out where you appear in the directory. Once you find out where you appear in the directory, you can start to take some measures to improve your directory ranking, and then you can focus on moving up and getting more attention, getting more jobs, getting located more easily. The thing about Proz.com is it's a very focused platform. So let's say if you try and set up your own website and become and rank for certain keywords, you're using, let's say, some SEO techniques to make sure that you appear higher up in the Google search. Well, that's great, and that's an excellent strategy. The problem is that you are competing on a global scale with everyone else in Google. If you can compete from within the Proz.com platform, well, Proz.com has a very good ranking in Google already, and that means that if you have your information up to date, you have your profile really all completed, and you have membership, then you have a really, really good chance of showing up in search results via Google, but also via the Proz.com platform. In other words, don't just think about your own website, also think about optimizing your Proz.com profile in SEO terms. I'll be coming on to that in a few minutes. Right, well, back to this directory listing. So let's have a look at where I appear in the directory, just as an example. So let's go from English to Spanish. Let's go from Spanish to English, and let's choose a specific field. Let's go with aerospace, and then display my results. So this is coming up, and I am appearing at number 125 in the directory listing. Well, really, it's not that high. Not that high. I'm appearing on page 5. And, most people are going to be looking for an outsourcer, perhaps on page 1 or page 2. So really not a lot of improvement that can be done with this particular profile. And it shows you really, really clearly the good points and the bad points, or the points that you can improve. So, for example, membership, big tick there. But when it comes to these other areas, these are areas that can be vastly improved. And the one that I really want to highlight that's really interesting here. So look at these kudos points. With 4 more kudos pro points, your rank would be 5, and with 20 more Kudos Pro points, your rank would be 2. So actually, not that many additional Proz Kudos points in order to vastly improve the ranking. So what's so great about this platform is, and checking out this directory ranking, is not only does it show you where you are, it shows you clearly what you can do in order to move up the ranking. And likewise, if you're not a member, it will also show you what kind of difference that can make. Some other things that we can do here in order to improve client exposure. So we can get willingness to work again, or WWA, feedback from clients or colleagues. We can upload portfolio or sample translations, and we can report credentials for a particular language pair. Remember, the more you put into this, the more you are going to get out of it. So that's really, really important. Jobs and directories, more, and then my directory ranking. Okay, let's have a look at member activities now. So if I go to member activities, first thing I want to highlight here is the Certified Pro Network. So again, lots of information here. What is the Proz.com Certified Pros Network? The Certified Pro Network is an initiative of the Proz.com community, the purpose of which is to identify qualified translators in various language pairs and provide them with the option of networking and collaborating, etc., etc., etc. So, if you have the Proz.com Certified Pro title and seal, you can display it in your profile and elsewhere on the Proz.com website. And it provides, as it says here, a powerful new means for top professionals to distinguish themselves as such. Okay, so this is something that's really worth considering. It clearly explains the requirements here in terms of what you need to have in order to get certified as a Proz.com Certified Pro, and very easy to apply for that. So something that you might want to consider. Again, you can read through all of this information in your own time. You can fill in the application form and position yourself as a Proz.com Certified Pro. So let's just go back here. So that's the Proz.com Certified Pro Network. We also have here under the More section what translators are working on. This one is quite interesting. So let's just click there. What translators are working on. This is a little bit like a Twitter feed, this one, and it's very interesting just to go in here and type what you are working on. So you can type translation project that you're working on here, just a short description. You can see a few people here. Just completed monolingual English editing of an article analyzing metabolic changes within cancer cells, or currently translating a white book for an NGO specializing in renewable energy and sustainable development, 25k plus words. So really interesting to see what everyone else is up to. And you can also contribute with these buttons here. You can reply as well. So it's like a mini social network within Proz.com. I told you Proz.com has a lot of resources, and I know a lot of people are not really familiar with the what I am working on section. So really interesting. Why not go over there? Why not head over there and contribute something? Check out what other people are up to. And remember, a lot of this as well is about networking. It's about interacting with others in a positive manner. I'm sure you would really benefit from interacting a little bit more than you already do with colleagues, not only to improve your levels of, let's say, social interaction and enjoyment, but also in terms of getting business. The Proz.com website offers many, many ways of getting new business, and it's not just through quoting for specific jobs or replying to job offers. You might get jobs or you might get extra work by networking with other colleagues, and where better to find those colleagues than on the Proz.com website. So let's go back now to member activities, and we have this what translators are working on here. We also have another thing that I wanted to show you here, the mentoring program, the Proz.com mentoring program. So an opportunity to become an apprentice or to become a mentor. There are lots of experts who've registered in this program, really offering their expertise, offering their help. So let's just click on Become an Apprentice here. Go to the Proz.com mentor. You can contact a mentor. Let's click on that. And here you can see all the different Proz.com mentors. So you can contact the mentor, and then you can submit a support request to formally report the pairing. But this is, again, it's an incredible initiative. How many people are not aware of the Proz.com mentoring program? Experts from around the world, incredible, experienced translators who are offering their help, advice, and coaching to help those less experienced than themselves get to the next level. So an incredible initiative, and as I said, something that I think many people simply are not aware of and simply do not take advantage of. So whether you see yourself contributing as an apprentice or as a mentor, that's Proz.com's mentoring program. There it is under member activities, more, and mentoring program. There's also the success stories section here. So if you are looking for a little bit of inspiration, then you can read success stories from different translators from around the world. So that's another thing worth checking out there. So back to member activities now. And in this section here on events, I wanted to show you a couple of things. So the first one is the Powwows. Now a powwow is a local meetup of like-minded translation professionals. So online networking is of course fantastic, but there's nothing quite like meeting up with a few fellow professionals in person. So you can see the different powwows or the different local meetups that are set here for Buenos Aires, Sao Paulo, Augsburg, Hamburg, and so on. So if you can find a meetup that is close to you, then why not go along and meet up with some fellow professionals. You can also propose a new powwow. So if you would like to set up something in your city or in your town, then you can propose a new powwow and get together with a few fellow translators and interpreters. A lot of people's success in business really does come from networking. It really does come from networking. There's that old phrase, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Well, I think the technical knowledge is, of course, hugely important, but having that network can really help you to show or to highlight your technical knowledge by getting in front of the right people, by creating the right opportunities for you and your business. So that's the powwow there. Member activities, online and offline events, powwows. Then, of course, we have the Proz.com TV. That is where we are right now, of course, and we have all the success series, which this is part of, is all included within there. And we also have the International Translation Day coming up very shortly, so don't miss that. So lots and lots of things available on the Proz.com platform, member activities, online and offline events. You can go to this calendar here as well, and you can see exactly what is coming up in the future. And I mean, just take a few minutes to have a look at something that might be of interest to you. So we've got the powwows on here, we've got different online training, we've got training sessions, we have webinars, and so on and so on. So just take a few minutes to check out what is available on the Proz.com platform. I promise you, I can almost guarantee you that you'll find something that is of interest, something that is going to help you and help your translation business. So we can learn more about, again, member activities. We can learn more about Proz.com membership here as well. So if you are not already a member, then this is the place to come to really understand all of the different benefits that are available from Proz.com membership. Let's have a look now at the education section. So yeah, if we go to this education section here, then there's just an incredible amount of huge number of different resources here. So as a Plus member, and this is where Plus membership is important, the first thing to note is that you can go to Education, On-Demand Courses, and Videos. So let's just have a look at this section. Let's just have a look at exactly 556 videos. So that's 556 videos and 556 videos that are all related in some way to translation and interpreting. And I just find that this is just an unbelievable resource, really, that a lot of people who are not Plus members are not aware of. I don't know if you are aware of this. And look at all the different categories that we have down the left-hand side here. So we have everything from blogging to capital training to expanding your business to business skills, a business plan, commercial law, freelancing, really in all of these different categories. So of course I can go into a particular category and see exactly what is available. Further down here on the left-hand side, we have all the Trados training, so a lot of Trados training there as well. So it's an incredible resource. You can also search for training sessions in a particular language. So, for example, we have 84 training sessions in Spanish, of course in English, the vast majority. And let's just click into something here. Let's just have a look and show you something in a little bit more detail. So let's go to business skills. 34 training sessions on business skills, and as I said, in different languages, so you can see in different languages here. Let's have a look at some of them in English. So, making a super effective cover letter for a translator, 3 steps to writing a successful CV, how to create profitable and rewarding relationships with translation agencies by none other than Tess Whitty, 5 keys to effective search of high-end clients for a translator. And you will also, if you're familiar with different people in the translation industry, you will find that the training here is by a lot of recognized names. So there's really established names within the translation industry who have given these training sessions. So just a huge amount of information on here, a huge amount of training. This is training that as a Plus member you can carry out in your own time. You simply come into the platform and you can search for a particular training session and you just click on it and off you go and take the training in your own time. So it really is an incredible resource, something that I think is absolutely amazing, if I'm honest, and I think a lot of people are not aware of what is available in this Proz.com video library. So the Proz.com video library, absolutely fantastic. And also, let me go back 1 second to member activities. And if we go to Proz.com TV, you can also see the previous events here. So we have upcoming or events that are ongoing. But if you scroll down just a little bit, you will see previous events and as well an amazing collection of content here. So for example, if I go back to 2018 International Translation Day, you can see that not only has this event been approved for 1088 CE, continuing education points, but also you have all of this material here. All of this material is available if you are a Plus member. So, well, something definitely to consider. So, also within the education section, we have self-paced training, we have one-on-one training, scheduled courses. So let's just have a look at these webinars. Proz.com offers a huge number of, in fact, of webinars. So you can have a look at if there's something here that might be relevant to you and your business. Building a dream team for your freelance translation business, where regulatory rules, translating drug leaflets, packaging and labeling, starting your translation business 2019. Again, I just don't really believe that many people are aware of all of these resources that are available on the Proz.com platform. These are paid webinars, of course, but they are not particularly expensive in terms of the value and the degree of specialization as well. There's absolutely something for everyone on here. There really is lots of material for those who are just starting out and for those who are very experienced translators as well, and in different languages. So, well, just lots and lots and lots of resources. So that's all within the education section on the Proz.com platform. Now let's go to the tools section, and have a look at Proz.com tools. So tools, Proz.com tools. And we have different tools available here from Proz Pay, a special payment system for translators, the invoicing system that allows you to issue invoices very, very easily. But the one I wanted to focus on here is a little bit further down, so it's community rates. So tools, Proz.com tools, and community rates. This is really interesting because, as we all know, rates are so important. Everyone is very concerned and very interested about rates. So this is quite an interesting part of the website to check out. So it shows you average rates charged for translations. This page lists the average rates reported by Proz.com's community of freelance translators and translation companies. Please be aware that this data, Okay, so it's not necessarily absolutely perfect, but it gives you a really, really good idea. So let's have a look here. Let's go from Spanish, or let's go from French. Why not from French? Let's go from French into English. Let's go from French into English, any field in dollars, and submit. What do we get? We get, well, 12 cents per word is the standard, 9 cents per word is the minimum, and then we have the hourly rates here, and a sample size of almost 8,000, so quite a large sample size. Again, it's not going to necessarily be perfect. It's not going to apply necessarily to every location, to every niche, or to every subsector, every area of specialization, but it is going to give you an idea. So that's quite a useful little section there under tools, Proz.com tools, and community rates. Also, this rate calculator, well worth a look at. This is going to enable you to establish your own rate. So I won't go into all of this text, but really worth reading all of this text available on the Proz.com site. So let's see how this works. So let's say my yearly business-related cost, let's put that in as $10,000. I'd like to earn $80,000 a year, work 40 hours a week. Percent of working hours spent translating, well, let's say 85%. You can obviously change that. Average words translated per hour, 300. Well, let's say a little bit higher, 400. Weeks of holiday per year, 3. Okay, that seems reasonable. And submit. So this then gives you it's quite interesting, it gives you the number of words that you would need to translate in a year, so 660,000, and the rate needed per word in order to achieve that, based on obviously this entry here. So what's quite interesting now is that you can adjust this to really make it work for you. So you might say, well, actually, I'm happy just a little bit less, or I'm going to work just a couple of extra hours a week, and let's try that. Let's try taking it down to 2 weeks holiday, just making some slight adjustments, and now you can see with those adjustments the rate needed per word has come down to 11 cents from 13 cents. So again, this is just all about giving you an idea about understanding the numbers that are working in your business. It's really, really important to understand the numbers and to understand how everything comes together. So that's under tools, Proz.com tools, and the rate calculator. Take a look at that. Finally, under tools, we have the translation tools, so all of the cat tools there if you want to have a look at a specific one. Right, well now I'm going to go across and have a look at my profile. I think this is really, really incredibly important. And what you need to do here is make sure that your profile is up to date. Your profile needs to be as complete as possible. The more complete your profile, the more business that you are going to get. And this is just a sample profile really, but it's so important that you do have everything as up to date as possible. So you can go in here, if you scroll to the bottom, you will get to your bio, and you can very easily edit your bio here, make sure that it's up to date, make sure that you have all of the relevant information in there. You can include links, you can include images as well. This is an HTML editor, so you can really make it look as nice as you want and include different images and include things in this profile. But don't forget your use of keywords as well. Keywords, very, very important. I like this, what you see is what you get editor. So that's just very easy to use, obviously with the top menu bar there. So don't forget to use that and to keep your profile up to date. Different sections here. Let's go to tagline. Tagline is really, really important, of course. So what kind of tagline do you have? Do you have taglines in different languages? See, I don't have a tagline here in Spanish. That would be useful to add. You can edit your tagline. And going back to what I've said a few times about the amount of information that is available on the Proz.com platform, just have a click on this section here. Why taglines are most effective when they convey something unique about you. Why? Let's click there. That takes us to a really good article by Henry that really explains why specialization is the way to go. Why the more that you specialize, the more your profile is going to stand out. And for example, when you have, let's say you have a problem with your TV, well, who do you want to fix that? Normally you're going to want a TV repair person, not a general electrician. And it's the same in translation. The global marketplace, the way that the global marketplace works, gives people access to specialists. So if you can optimize your profile, not only optimize your profile, but optimize your profile as a specialist, then you are much more likely to get work via the Proz.com platform. And you can see, Henry, this will take you through this example here. It's a really, really good example about two different translators and different advertisements. And also all of these recommendations for improving your profile. So this is something that you can read through and apply in your own time, but something that is really going to help you and help your profile improve. Something that I found quite interesting about this, I can't see the date on this right now, but I know this article was written quite a long time ago, and it's still hugely relevant. Here we go, published in 2004, incredible, 15 years ago, and still highly relevant today. So let's go back now to my profile. We also have this section here of adding a profile video. I really would recommend that you consider adding a profile video. It's just going to help you stand out and help you to relate to people a little bit better, help you to relate to potential clients. Now let's go to the settings section in the profile. And another important part here is the search engine settings. So let's just scroll down, left here, search engine settings. This is where you want to enter the appropriate keywords for your translation services. So you may also enter keywords that relate to your expertise, capabilities, services, etc. The more keywords you enter, the better your chances of coming up in a search. Now, go to your own profile after this presentation and check out, have you completed those meta keywords? Are you giving yourself the best opportunity to find work via the Proz.com platform? There are hundreds and hundreds of searches that take place on the Proz.com platform every day. And if you don't have your profile optimized, well, then you're just simply less likely to appear in those searches. So separate keywords with commas and do not include spaces after commas. Keyword will not be case sensitive. Okay, well, you can see a few keywords here: Spanish to English, investment management, asset management. So obviously you're going to put the keywords there that apply to your particular case, and also include the meta description. Fill in as much as you possibly can on your profile. Really important. So that's the search engine settings within the Proz.com platform. You can also localize your content. So if you go over to localize on the left, you can localize different texts that you have within your profile, including your tagline and including your About Me section. So this is all about giving yourself the best possible opportunity. Please take the time to go to the Proz.com website and see how all of this is working in your particular case. So that's what I wanted to say in terms of the profile. Now I wanted to finish up by going back to Proz.com membership and trying to just highlight a couple of the differences between the standard membership and the Plus membership. Well, the first thing about the standard membership compared to free membership is that it's going to help you appear much higher up in the directory ranking. Remember, directory ranking is driven by kudos points and by membership. Member profiles always appear before non-members in searches. So if you are not a member, you're really limiting your chances of appearing in searches. That applies to both standard membership and Plus membership. In terms of specific membership benefits, well, you can see them here on this page. Proz.com members meet new clients at 4 times the rate of non-members. Members appear before all non-members in the directory. Absolutely key, that one. Outsources that post. See quotes from members first. Again, you know, if you want to appear higher up in the list, you really should consider membership. Members can submit quotes to member-only jobs. Over half of all job postings are restricted to Proz.com members for at least 12 hours. So a huge range of benefits for members. Different membership options, of course. The standard membership on the left and the Plus membership here in the middle. A couple of key differences between the standard and the Plus membership. The first one is that for the Plus membership, you get access to that really extensive and detailed video library that I highlighted in the presentation. So, I mean, an incredible amount of content for an extra $60 per year. I think it really is, well, a huge amount of content there and a huge amount of relevant and specific content as well. Also, as a Plus member, you get access to the Translation Mastermind community, a community that is run by the very experienced and talented Andrew Morris, who brings together translators from all over the world and really helps them, points them in the right direction. A very, very positive community. You also get a full license to Cafe Tran Espresso with the Plus membership. If you'd like to check out these membership benefits in a little bit more detail, again, it's very, very easy. Just go to Proz membership, member activities, and Proz.com membership, and you can compare the different options and see which type of membership is going to work for you. But I really would encourage you. It is a relatively small investment for everything that is available on the platform. And remember, we haven't been able to cover everything in this relatively short presentation. There really is a huge amount of stuff available, huge number of different resources available on the Proz.com platform. And finally, I would just encourage you to spend some time looking around the website, see how you can make this work for you, whether as a free member or as a paid member. There are so many resources here, and I just feel that there's got to be something that you haven't really taken full advantage of. So I hope today's presentation has inspired you to take a little bit more of a look around the platform and find out something that is really going to help you in your day-to-day translation activities. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions, and all the very best. Bye-bye.
لا تنسوا الإعجاب بالفيديو والاشتراك في القناة تشجيعا لنا لنستمر بنشر المزيد إن شاء الله.